Hello and welcome to Battle of the Kylies, episode 3.
Yes.
Today we are doing production and straight after lyrics, so it's a double elimination in this episode. And yeah, the tea is
Double
going to
whammy.
be the tea is going to be hot. So
We
get
got
on your
2 cups
Kylie.
of tea now, and they will be spilled.
They will. We've got all the results written down here, all the tea. So yeah, we'll start with production first, right?
Yes.
Okay. And as I said, I'm here with the amazing co-host Sam of Kylie Language. So go subscribe, go follow,
Oh, thank you very much.
because he is very
My
underrated.
videos are very hit and miss, I've learned. You either love them or you hate them, so you can decide.
Flashbacks to Got to Be Certain Woman. I think
Oh my god.
if you're a commenter, you'll know who that is. So, first in production, the winner of the 3rd episode, finally getting its chance to shine, Kylie Minogue, 1994, with a score of 18.5. And what did you give it out of 10 and why?
I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Now, this album, I was literally I could not wait to talk about this. Literally, the production on this album is so good. Huge credit to the Brothers in Rhythm. I don't remember any other guys' names, sorry, but they all did a great job. Jack Harry, Jim Harry, I know is one of them. Because you start off with Confide in Me, which starts with the violins, you got the drums, and then you got the didgeridoo, which literally blows my mind. And then something I was being talked to him about, which is because in the song "Put Yourself in My Place," that song has such a echo to it, a sad echo, and it makes it sound so empty and lonely and
Yes.
sad. It's just it literally sets the mood so good, and all the instrumentals they used were so good. The electronics they used were good. It's aged really well, and I can blab about it for 5 years, but I'll stop myself.
I gave it a 9 out of 10, purely just because of the reason. It is just stunning to listen to. It's great. It's an easy listen. I think you said that last episode. Easy listen. The production on it is very well deserving of a #1 spot, and I think if it wasn't #1, it would be #2 on the list. All the songs, especially Put Yourself in My Place, like you said, the reverb, and it makes the song sound sadder. Confide in Me, it has this what's the word?
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, a haunting as
Has
well
a
kind of sound
trippy
to it.
vibe to it. Kind
Yeah.
Of.
And just all the songs, they totally they are what they're meant to be, and it just fits so well in the album. So with a combined score of 18.5 out of 20, which I think is maybe our highest score so far. Let's go to lyrics after this. But yeah, so yeah, 18.5. So
Which also we need to talk about those amazing beeps in "If I Was Your Lover."
yeah,
Yes, I love those.
I love them
Hope
too.
and pray and believe. Beep. I love those. It's oh gosh, I love it. I'm so glad I told that to Lee and he knew what I was talking about. I'm okay,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. I love it.
#2 on production, once again, I think this one is obvious. With a score of 18 out of 20, Impossible Princess is our #2. So what did you give it out of 10 and why?
I gave Impossible Princess a 9 out of 10. After I threw shade at it for how all over the place it was last episode, I will praise it this episode. The guitar solo in Some Kind of Bliss, that, I'm pretty sure that was a live instrumental or something I read. And that's just so impressive. They had Manic Street Preachers work on that track. Just such a really good production. Did It Again is a lot like Confide in Me. It has that
Yeah, it
trippy, twangy Middle Eastern vibe to it, and it's so amazing. And which that was a big move, and that part of the '90s was that rock sound, and Nobody Gets Me, and it works so well. And then the electronica aspect of it which Kylie worked on some of the. She actually learned how to use the synthesizer for some tracks. Like I know she did Limbo to the little like that sound. That was her, and I'm like, yes, Queen. Like we love a synthesizer icon. Yeah, but literally every sound. Oh, and the Celtic sound of like cowboy style with like the harmonicas and.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I love it. Anyways, again, I need to stop myself because I'll just talk for like ages.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was so hard for me not to give it a 10, but I was like, just for now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think there is a flaw for me on this album. I've grown to appreciate every song over time. With Cohesion, last episode, I see why it was lower because, like you said, a bit of it's like everywhere, but production-wise, all the songs are amazingly produced. Time was spent well on them, and my favorite Kylie song ever, and it has been ever since I was a small child, did it again. It's just so chaotic and just angry, and just that dance move. The music video as well. A song that I feel like doesn't get enough recognition that should is Drunk, because that song is so just hard hitting and so boppy and everything, and Jump, like you said, a great song. Dreams.
Oh, I forgot about Dreams. Oh.
Yeah. You can talk about it.
Oh no, but like it's just so like magical. Like that song, like oh my gosh, that song like is like a fantasy, I swear.
Yeah.
And like that part where it like slows down and she says the lyrics like every woman, man, boy, and girl, they want to escape this world. It's just so like oh my gosh. Oh, and I'm sorry, like I'm so sorry, like it's your turn to talk. But like I also do you agree with this? Does Breathe have like a tropical like island sound to you too?
Yeah, it does.
And,
yeah. I also like the radio edit. I like both versions. I do prefer the album version because that's how it was meant to be heard. But I still think the radio edit is great. And yeah, Too Far as well. I just feel like that is the perfect everything to this album. Like it wouldn't be the same without Too Far for me. So that's what
it is like the theme song of this album. I honestly feel Too Far is like the. I understand why it wasn't a single because it's not a radio track. It is an album experience. Like some things are just meant to be an album experience, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I can't get over it. Like this, the production is so good, and like you said, it's all over the place, but like it's all over the place. Good. It does it good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like, I agree with you.
If you have not heard it, what are you doing? Listen to it now.
Now.
Leave this. Like go or leave this video. Like go listen to it.
With a score of 17 out of 20, is the goddess of all albums, Aphrodite. So what did you give it out of 10 and why?
I gave it an 8 out of 10. This album, first of all, like, we talked about cohesion last episode, but yeah, it's cohesive, but also there is a lot of like very like it is like a dancey like electro pop, like go out in the club, but like it also like has a lot of intricate details that like so like in the background. And a lot of times they have like some like violins or have like some like more classical like instrumentals. Like it just makes it like the album's just so like classy and like beautiful, and I love it so much. But then you have tracks like Too Much, which are like really like raving and like out of control, like you said with Drunk. And then you have All the Lovers, which has like a really like 80s synth vibe. It has like an alien sound, like the and then Put Your Hands Up has such a beautiful opening, the way like that like the piano like it slowly like drives in. Oh my gosh, I love that one. Again, I need to stop myself, but yeah, great produced album, great job.
Illusion, one of my favorite songs on this album. Once again, like Dreams, it has a like fantasy element to it. I feel it's very like when you listen, you feel like you're being like transported to another place. And in my opinion, every single song sounds good. And one of the songs I love a lot is Can't Beat the Feeling as well. That song is so happy sounding, a great way to end the album. And Get Out My Way, great song. Closer, talking about fantasy. That song is everything. Too Much, as you said, great song. What else? Down Today, which I know is more like the pop sounding but country kind of, sounding song. Which I was surprised that one didn't do as well on the charts as like All the Lovers, because that was like very like pop friendly, you know.
Yeah, that's a radio track. Like,
Yeah.
what are you guys sleeping on?
It's one of an album that I feel doesn't get enough respect. Rhythm of Love with 15.9 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
Rhythm of Love, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, this album definitely was Kylie making PWL be like, hey guys, this high energy, it's cute, it's adorable, but like, let's kind of move somewhere else. Step back in time. I think that was honestly a passion song from PWL, because they were very inspired by like 70s disco and funk. So for them to do that, I can tell they definitely have a love for it. And in the lyrics, it talks about, well, when we talk about lyrics, we'll get to that. But it talks about going back in time and going back to that sound, and how it's a ball of confusion now. Better the Devil, Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love the choir, how it's like edited. And like, it just sounds so bizarre, like hearing the choir, like how like they do that with the lyrics, the violins, the little like synths in the background. And I was talking to Lee about this. Always Find the Time has this like amazing like 8-bit like arcade sounding like sound. I love it so much. The guitar in, we were throwing shade at like this version another episode, but the guitar in the album version of Shocked is very good. They played it very well. Things Can Only Get Better is definitely like a fist pumping, Euro dance electronic song. So yeah, and the R&B is done really well. So yeah,
career defining reinvention, just in a song, just in that whole image, the whole video. She was like, yeah, bye. And she was like, I'm here, and if you don't like me, then go back to Neighbours. And the singles were all great choices. Always Find the Time, like you said, has a very retro feel to it as well. So fun, so happy, just, great song. What's another song that I really like? One Boy Girl, that's it. Oh, the way like she just talks back to those people and everything, and it's so great and just so dance orientated in a way. Like, it's so good. I love it, and I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. Is Golden with a score of 15.75 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yes, Golden, this album is like very, very well done. I actually remember that, like, apparently the production of this album was like really stressful because they kept worrying about I think Kylie was talking about a guy named Sky Adams. I think that's what it was. How he was like, there's too much banjo, there's too much synths, there's too much like she's talking about how he's obsessing over like everything, like how they really tried to get it like in this perfect middle ground between country and pop. And I think all that effort was definitely worth it, because it paid off. It's so good. I love dancing so much. Dancing sounds like a very modern EDM pop, with that little chorus beat, but also it's soft and like mellow and has like the guitar. And also that song has like such a it's about something that makes me really sad, but we won't get into that. We'll get into that with lyrics. I love Raining Glitter. It has such like I think it's the bassoon. Is that it? I don't know. But it has some instrument in it, and like it's so like funky and disco, but still has like that weird country twang to it, and it works like so well. And I love the more poppy ones, like Lost Without You and Every Little Part of Me. Those ones are really like way more pop than your country. Low Blow is really good. It's really really country, with that little banjo.
Yeah.
I could talk about this one again for like hours, but I'll stop myself.
I agree. I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. I am very generous with my scores. I wasn't so generous, well, kind of, actually looking at my scores for lyrics. That's just something I can't help. But I hate being so negative. But Gulson, perfect. What can I say? To fans, I feel like this was a great album. Do I feel like they should have maybe think about releasing a different song than A Lifetime to Repair? Yes, because I saw a lot of people complaining about how that song sounded, and I was like, that was maybe just one for fans. Great lyrics, which we'll come to later, and production sounding wise, very good. Also, you said they were trying to find like a middle ground to pop a demo, kind of like a snippet of One Last Kiss leaked on SoundCloud, and it's like more of a pop version of it before they changed it. Live a Little, it's just so good. That's like dancing like twin, in my opinion. They're both like so happy, upbeat country pop sounds. Great. And Music's Too Sad Without You reminds me kind of like a remake of Put Yourself in My Place. Like it has a haunting like sound to it. It's not like exactly the same thing. It wasn't meant to be, but like in my mind, yeah. Except from she doesn't want to get like revenge. Well, not revenge, but she doesn't want to have like the other thing happen to the other person. She's just saying like, "Oh, I miss you."
How did I forget Live a Little? I'm shook. That is one of my favorites too, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. Yes. Also, that's so interesting about One Last Kiss. I did not know that. I'll have to look into that demo. That's
I'll send you it, Ryan. An album that I'm so glad is here. Otherwise, I would have been scared as hell. Let's get to it with a 15.7 out of 20. What did you give it and why?
The finer feelings. Yes. This album, Finer Feel. Oh my gosh. Let's get to it. Sorry, I had it in my head.
Yeah.
Let's get to it, which is actually like a really good title. I'm glad they picked that. 7 out of 10. Same as one of the other ones they did. Yeah, this album is, which a lot of you guys know like the story. This was a contractual obligation album, but being that it's still like very, very like well done, and it's a lot of high quality, and it's in that same vein as Rhythm of Love, where like PWL was definitely like pushing, but it's in a different direction. It's definitely more in the R&B side of things. Word Is Out has some really good beats to it. Let's Get To It, the title song, has like such a beautiful like melody to it, and I love like that little like it kind of comes out of nowhere. It's like a synth beat in the middle or like near the end, but like it kind of works. Right Here Right Now is one of my favorites. I love the way the choir goes and then it like repeats. I love it so much. I love Too Much of a Good Thing. That one's really good. That one's definitely very New Jack Swing, Janet Jackson style, which like has a sample from her.
Yeah.
And I Like It Like That is very good ravey techno. And the remix of Finer Feelings, we stand.
Oh, this is my fault. That I like.
The album version's okay, but like single remix, we stand.
Yeah, the single remix for me gives it more of like a 94 jazz to it, and obviously because it's made by Brothers in Rhythm.
Surprise, surprise! Why would I like that version? Me being stereotypical KN94 stan.
Let's get to it. For those who don't know, that I haven't probably said on my channel 5,000 times, it's my third favorite Kylie album, and I actually listened to it quite a lot. On the bus today, I was listening to the title track, and it is really good when you're concentrating on it. Like if you're listening into the background, you're like, oh, okay. But like when you concentrate on it, it's like yes, and the ooh, it's so good. And I feel like it becomes a meme between like people when they're like, okay, I'll do this now. Like it's like let's get to it. Like I edited using last episode. I'm gonna like edit each song that we sing now. So I'll just say a couple of my favorites. Live and Learn. Love the message, even though it was totally like not. Actually, I feel like it was written by her. It was co-written, I think. So I can't be shady. But
Songwriting.
yeah, we do. And she actually wrote like 6 of the songs of this album, which I guess I like it like that. She got a credit for, but we don't count that because it's just.
I guess I like it like that. Keep 500 times.
Yeah, and then just a note that I'm not going to sing right now, but you know.
Oh, no, good. The best part of the song, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Girl.
Right here, right now, as you said, great. Finer Feelings, my favourite song off this album, and if you think about the album version, it's not my favourite song on the album, but the remix is so good, and I'm so glad they chose that as a video version. If not, it would have been a bit strange. But both I like, I just prefer the single remix. It has more of a sad feel to it to me, rather than because the drums in the album version to me sound like very like weak, like they aren't there. They're like just, and it's like whereas the Brothers in Rhythm one, they're like a really big center, and it's like yeah.
Also, could we actually talk about some of the what do you call them? The like Closer and Do You Dare? Can we talk about those too?
Yeah. I really like Say the Word, I'll Be There. And I don't know why it doesn't fit the album really, but it's just a nice song. Do You Dare is absolute perfection. Could have replaced I'm not going to get into that actually, but it could have been on the album, let's just say that. In fact, in Rhythm of Love had 11 tracks, but I couldn't. Let's get to it. Let's just say that. And Closer is great, but I could see it on the album, but I just always know that as Finer Feelings B-side, so it's like weird to me. But if you want to talk about them, you feel free.
Also, Do You Dare low-key could have been like the theme song of a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah. That would have been so funny, actually. Should have been a thing.
Hey, she was in Street Fighter, so...
Yeah, she was. Whether she wanted to be in the end of it or not, but let's just not get into that.
Less than fulfilling.
Yeah, less than fulfilling. Yeah, by the way, not related to Let's Get to It, if you want to just laugh and you do understand our sense of humour, that's a massive, massive warning. Watch Kylie Language's video, Kylie Minogue's a Badass, you will laugh. It's so
much.
funny. And I will recommend videos.
I'm so glad. Oh, sorry. I do love that he like legitimately likes it because like that video caused like some drama, but we won't get into that. But yeah, but honestly, yeah, there needs to be more humor in the Kylie Minogue fan base. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. Let's laugh with our queen, you know.
Yeah, and I'm sure like she looks back at those creatures. Okay, right. We spent ages on Let's Get to It. Number 7. Production-wise, I am surprised it's here, but when you look at the other 6 albums, not surprised. Fever with a score of 15.6 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
I gave Fever a 7 out of 10. This album was definitely... I really like the transition from Light Years to Fever. Because, well, getting ahead of myself, talking about Fever. Fever's like 70s disco, really cheesy, whereas Fever is more like cool, like chill, like electro pop and new disco. And actually, definitely, Kylie was like a big influence for that genre, new disco. Like, she caused it to cause like a lot more of a resurgence. We love a disco renaissance queen. Move over, Madonna. Move over, Confessions. Kylie came first. Can't get you out of my head.
Timeless.
Come on. I mean, is it overhyped? Yes. Is it a bop? Yes. I love the simplicity of the synths. It's just like do. Like it's so simple, but it's like it works so well. It gets in your head. It does what it does. Give It To Me, so funky and like I love her vocals. Like I want it. Like it's such a like, which we're probably gonna do an episode on vocals, but
Yeah.
just about now are really good. Fragile is so beautiful and like so like icy. I don't know if that's a good word for it, but like it's so like, oh, I love it so much. I used to never listen to it. Now I love it. And her vocals are just so like sweet in it. Come Into My World has definitely like a Euro pop beat to it. Like that, the way that beat starts is like so iconic. I love it so much. One of my favorites. The only hang on, sorry. I'm going on like a little rant here. I remember some tracks. Oh yeah, I love in Burning Up, how like that, like it starts off like so like oh, this is gonna be like the chill ending of the album, like it has the guitar, and it's like like it just explodes. That's great. Yeah, really good produced album. Yeah.
Pretty much everything that you said. I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. And I'm just going to mirror everything that you said and add on to More. Whether that song kind of fit into its placement on the album, it's great. It's like disco, funk, pop, mixed everything. It's just so good, and her vocals on it, especially towards the ending where she's like, more, and I'm like, yes. And everyone says like, oh, that's like, it should be over by then, and I'm like, if that part was not in the song, I would be annoyed. Yep. And In Your Eyes, I don't know why. Once again, I keep listening to Kylie songs and I'm like, wow. It happened with In Your Eyes the other day. I was like really listening to the production, but with the lyrics at the same time. And I'll get into that later, but I feel like I'm going to forget it. The lyrics. Destiny has a funny way when it comes and takes all your cares away. Yeah. And Love Affair. That song is definitely something so good. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Fever. Number 8, an album that we both share a love for, Body Language. It's got 15.55 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
One of my favorite Kylie albums, and one that gets slept on a lot. Yes, Body Language. I gave it a 7 out of 10. We're kind of going same score here for a while. Body Language is, well, as we've said for all these albums, very well produced. Really has a really good mixture of like R&B and like electronic music, and it makes it like sound like so like weird and experimental. Which electronic R&B did not become a thing till like 2007, I think. So like, yes, we stand a queen who is ahead of the curve. Because like it's just so well done, and like I said in our last episode, it's like if Kylie Minogue from 1994 and Fever had like a baby, and like meshing the two, and does it like so well. Like Slow is so minimalistic, and like it actually becomes a little bit more like produced later on, and I kind of wish it had stayed that like minimalistic vibe to it all the way through. Still Standing, do I need to get into? Like it's amazing. It's very electro-clash, very chaotic in a way, but like purposely slow, and it has like a very 80s synth like laser sound to it. Chocolate is so beautiful, and like I love Quiet Storm like making a comeback. Secrets is really good. Oh, one of my favorites is Obsession. I love the beat in that song. It has like I said it again, like an 8-bit vibe to it. Like has like this retro. Loving Days is so beautiful. I love it. It actually has that Put Yourself in My Place like echo to it.
Yeah.
Like there's this like beat that like it just gives it such like this mellow vibe to it, and it just does it so well. Someday is really good. We'll talk about that when we get to lyrics. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep talking way too much, but yeah, I love production of this album. I adore it.
So do I. And it's very underrated. I love a song that is very underrated on this album. Promises. That is just the do 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 do. I'm just like, ugh, so joyful. But like, and the lyrics aren't meant to be like happy. They're meant to be like angry, but you know, it to me it doesn't come across like that as amazing. And a song I don't always listen to, but I really admire its production, sweet music. And at the start, where she's like "woo," and it's like yes, and the beat matches it perfect. Just great album, Chocolate. So like trance-like in a way, but so perfect, and it's like. Even the outtakes in this album, Almost a Lover, amazing. Soul on Fire, love that one. On the Up, tripping me up. Okay, I'll stop talking about the outtakes, but that's so good.
Oh, and I like in Sweet Music how like there's like that robot voice that says, "Hear a different type of sound." Like that's like so like funky and like experimental.
Yeah,
oh, gosh, I love it.
Number 9 is an album in this composition that has. I think it's pretty easy to tell that it's not had the best time here, but luckily it escaped getting eliminated almost last week, and it's going to do it again this week. X with a score of 14.6 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
Now here's where I had to get a little bit picky. X I gave a 6 out of 10. Now this album has very, very good production when it does. It's very inconsistent sometimes. Like wow single, wow on the album. like it's so weird how much production can change something. Because when I listened to the album version first, and I was like, why was this such a hit? This is so... You know, it's like when you eat food and there's no spice, there's no salt. It's just like so bland. Then I heard the single version. I'm like, and it's not that different. It's not a remix. It just has these slight variations of sound, and it honestly makes me like love the song so much, which is disappointing. I wish that because that single was released before the album, right? Yeah, so they could have put the single version on the album. The album version is like a demo. Now, In My Arms is very well produced. Very, very, I really love the synths in that song. I love her, like, oh! And it, like, starts. That's really good. Sensitized is so beautiful. That is me and Lee's top favorite.
Yeah.
And if you'll notice, whenever Kylie does, like, Middle Eastern type sound, it always turns out amazing. Like, Queen, can we get a Middle Eastern album? Like, she's so good at it. This song is so hypnotic and so like, oh gosh, it just melts my heart. I love it. Speakerphone has some cool effects and stuff on it. I love Like a Drug. I love that part where like in the bridge where like it's just the beat and it's so good. I love it so much. So again, we've said before, we love every Kylie album. We don't hate any of them. But this album has some inconsistent moments, so I gave it a little bit of a lower score.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about totally. One of my most recent favourite songs on this album, the one, it's always been a good song to me, but recently it's gone up there. So good, and the video is like minimalistic, but at the same time it's so great. And the lyrics, which we'll talk about later, it has a dreamy vibe to it as well, which I love. And I will sit here and drag this next song I'm about to talk about to Built, but I don't care. Recently, I love it. Just I wish Spotify and iTunes would update it. All I see, it's just like it's plain, but it has a great feeling to it. And yeah, just the iTunes version and Spotify version belong in the trash, and the album version on the physical release can be replaced with it.
That goes for the iTunes version as well. They do that same thing with that.
Yeah, they do. And it's so annoying because it just cuts to and I'm like, no, because it like cuts her
and it cuts the beat. Like the
yeah.
Like that's, you need that.
Yeah, and it's like 2 minutes, like it's like I think the album version is like 3:20 or something like that, and the digital version's like just under 3 minutes, and it's like which triggers me. A couple of songs that don't get enough respect. Stars. I know some people like probably call it like kids pop, but I like it. And I know this isn't your particular favorite, but I like it. Cosmic. It has like the lyrics to me are better than the production, but still I love it. And No More Rain. Just so like a vital moment on the album because that was Kylie's like kind of personal, but you know, moment of happiness kind of in the album. So that's why I agree. And if we're going to talk about outtakes, don't even get us started because we'll be here for a whole other hour. We should make a video on that, like a whole other album of X. Like we should.
Oh yeah, definitely. Something to Believe in, Acid Man, Ripping Up the Disco,
Cherry Bomb,
and also the B-sides like Did It Again. Oh no, no, Do It Again.
Do It Again. I got the name.
They have a very similar title. Cherry Bomb, like Hello,
Away.
King or Queen.
Yes.
Which, by the way, about No More Rain, that has such a beautiful, beautiful like electronic instrumental in the verses. And can we just throw shade at people who say this is a Ray of Light copy track? Like, bitch, where? Bitch, where? Like, this is not, just because it's Kylie doesn't mean it's copying Madonna. Sorry to break it to you. I know this is like mind-boggling, but.
Sorry, Jonathan Ross.
Madonna, some people have said that maybe you were looking at Madonna and using her as an influence. Were you surprised at that comparison?
Oh, that makes me so mad when people say that. Anyway, sorry.
No, I totally agree. And we could sit here and talk about the whole album. It's a really weird subject, but production it did well, vocals well, lyrics well, but when you have to take it all away from each other, it just starts to not go down.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah,
I feel like this is a perfect example of how much we love Kylie, because this is like near the bottom, and we're like literally praising it and talking forever on it. So yeah, she has no bad albums.
She just doesn't, does she? She's like a literal legend, and she literally just
even you enjoy yourself. Get in here.
Come on. We have room for you too.
You have wouldn't change a thing.
And nothing to lose. Never too late. Sadly, production-wise, out of Kylie and Light Years, the album that is getting eliminated tonight. Round one is Light Years.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. So Kylie has really good production. I mean, like, you know, it's PWL. Like tracks like I Should Be So Lucky, Got to Be Certain, Turn It Into Love are very beautiful, very beautiful. I never realized this, but like it is. It's like it's very. I mean, it's cute, it's cheesy, yes, but like it's got really good production. I got a little bit picky on Light Years. I give it a 6 out of 10 in terms of production. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit like lacking, if that makes sense. I'm not talking about because Spinning Around on a night like this, So Now Goodbye, those are all really good, and also like Bittersweet Goodbye. But like some tracks like The Influence of Love, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I did have to get a little bit picky, so it wasn't all like 8 out of 10s. I don't know. I just never. Out of all the moments where I'm like, oh, that was really good, like you know, thing, like edit. Out of all of them, Light Years for me has like the least amount, if that makes sense. So that's my reasoning.
Yeah. I definitely agree. So Light Years, you've now travelled to the Dark Years, and you have joined Enjoy Yourself and Kiss Me Once in the corner of just gloom.
Don't worry, you all can enjoy yourselves and spin around on a night like this.
Yeah. You all said goodbye. So
yes, we'll give you a bittersweet goodbye.
Yeah, we will. And I hope there aren't any butterflies in there. You know.
Do you have butterflies in your stomach?
I also hope there aren't any kids.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just, oh my god. Oh, there's so many puns. I don't know. Just light years, you done good, girl. But we have to eliminate, all of them after a while. So sadly, it was its time to go. So
Sorry, we won't be saying please stay to you let yours.
lyrics.
Because it's a double whammy.
Stick. Artist. Okay. Let's just go straight into it.
Yep.
Number one is a pretty obvious one. Impossible Princess with a score of 19 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
Now, Kylie Minogue got a 9.5 in production, but Impossible Princess, this album got a 9.5 for me in lyrics. Yeah, like literally like Too Far, which she wrote when she said like her house was filled with like negative vibes, which now gives that song such a like meaning to me. Now I'm like, oh, that makes me actually love it more because I understand what she was going through. Like Too Far, Help Me. It's gone too far. Like, thinking of, I always wonder if that came from like actual stuff she said to her family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting like way too dark, but yeah. And also like Cowboy Style. Where do you end and I begin? I woke my senses. You stop time. She's talking about her new boyfriend by that time, who was actually a big inspiration for the whole Impossible Princess album. And it's interesting how she says like, where do you end and I begin? Like, where's my ideas and where are yours? Like, that's really interesting. I like that a lot. Drunk has the iconic "I'm not happy." Which, whenever I think of like, I always think of that song whenever I'm like mad.
Yeah.
Breathe is really, really good. About whenever you're going through a hard time, it is good just to breathe, and that song. I keep going really dark. I'm sorry, but like, I wonder if she thought about that song when she was going through like treatments and stuff.
Maybe.
Like, because it's just gotta breathe and get through it, and yeah, I could again literally. I know Lee's gonna mention the song and be like, I should have mentioned that, but I'll stop now.
Okay. I'm not gonna be as quick lyric wise because I don't plan because I'm stupid. But you know what? Let's just. I'm so stupid by Madonna from American Life on iTunes. Okay. So yeah, let's just talk about it. Mirroring everything you said, let's add on. Did it again. And as she said, I don't know even where the video is, but it was like an interview. She was like talking about her mind and everything she's doing. She was like, oh, you've like every time she said anything, she was writing that song in like a bathtub, I think, or something like that. And she was like, oh my god, you've done it again, like you're stupid and everything. And the lyrics, like, I think it's a little misgenius. You make it so hard on yourself or something like that. But that's like a Daniel Laurel thing, count the days situation, because people think it's either a little mischievous or a little misgenius. I personally think it's genius because I don't hate the "v," but it could be either way. Let me think.
That's the song. There we go. How did I not mention it again? Literally, how did I not mention that?
And the lyric, it's all in your head. You better put that business to bed. Like, it's like
The monster in your mind.
Yeah. When I wake up and I'm like in a bad mood, I'm just like, get over it, be professional, because it's like,
Yep.
Jump. It's actually my like Skype thing. I have dread and fear and light and laughter. I know there is an ever after or something like that. That line just sounds so good, and it's like so perfect, so good.
Yes, Queen, write them lyrics. That's literally my favorite song. How did I mention it? Yeah, like I love the lyric. If I'm stupid, just let me be that way.
Yeah.
I stand those lyrics because I love how she's just. I'm sorry, I blab so much. I'm so sorry, but like I love how she's just like it's like better the W know times 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is how I am. Love it or hate it. Like I love that so much.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It's so great. And Limbo, like, see them all smiling. I don't know what she's after. I think it's see them all smiling. It's all around me. Tend to my wounds and follow my senses or something like that. And it's like, she wrote that in an airport, like an airport. Like I can just imagine her like, let me get my notepad, and just like so many people happy, and I'm just like, ah. Like she is a legend in Dreams. What lyric was I thinking of before?
While you're thinking, it is okay if I talk a little bit,
Yeah.
because like Limbo has another one of my favorite lyrics, which is I'm in a crossfire, nobody gets it. That like the nobody gets it. That is Kylie Minogue of Impossible Princess. She was going through such a dark period in her life, and I think she was like, because she also like traveled around the world, so she had all this inspiration. I love that lyric. I'm in a crossfire, nobody gets it. I'm finally free to be myself, or I finally, basically just to be myself, away out of the cage of PWL. Sorry. Oh gosh, I don't know. You know what? We gushed over X in production, ironically, because it was like last. So we can gush over the lyrics with Impossible Princess. Like,
yeah.
it's fun. Oh shoot, what's that lyric? There was a really good one. This episode we're just like, oh shoot, like what was it?
Oh right, I found the lyric by googling AZ lyrics. Okay, the lyric I was thinking of is it's a way of dealing with all the feelings, keep believing in dreams. And that is very like inspirational. It's so good. Yeah, if my camera froze, that's because I was looking at lyrics.
And you remind me of the one I was gonna mention, which is to swim in the sky and something like that's so beautiful. I love that. Yes. Again, that's just such a dreamy fantasy track. It's so wild.
Yeah, and songs we didn't mention, like Through the Years, So Kind of Bliss, I Don't Need Anyone. Those songs all do have great lyrics, especially Through the Years. It's just, I don't know, the production on that song really like captures me. So like it's like, oh, I don't really pay attention to the lyrics that much, which I should do. B-side.
Do you think that song's about Michael Hutchins? Because she said it's about when you break up with someone, you come across them. I always wonder if that's about him.
Maybe.
I've always been curious about that because she says through the years and like that was a big relation for her.
It was.
Also, what are your thoughts on the lyric in Some Kind of Bliss? I shut my eyes through the color of you. What are your thoughts on that lyric?
So for the longest time, I used to think that lyric was "shut my eyes, feel the color of you," but it's obviously
that
not.
might be it.
I don't think it is. I think it's "through the color of you." I never understand it. I don't get it. I mean,
because the song is about when you're away from family, you can be free to be yourself, and So what is "shut my eyes through the color of you"? That's always been a weird line to me. I'm sure it does have some meaning, or Kylie just thought it sounded cool and put it in there. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm glad you agree because I always thought that track was kind of weird.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm searching up a lyric in Some Kind of Bliss now. I can't I know what it is, but I don't know exactly what she says. I don't want to look like an idiot, so I'm just gonna search it up.
There's this album is a gold mine of amazing lyrics. So excuse us while we're searching for that gold.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's lines that slip through and you don't even notice till way later, and you listen, you're like, oh, that's good.
Here it is. I found a space where I belong, not succumb to fear, and that is a great lyric too. She is saying I'm happy now. I don't have any pressure in my life. I'm not being forced to do what I have to do. Insert PWL logo here. And she's just like, I'm happy, and if no one can deal with my happiness, then just don't bother with me.
Then that's
okay. It's just a massive happy message.
Because I relate to Some Kind of Bliss. Actually, this is actually why I kind of grew to love that track. Because we all like with our family, we always kind of have to put on an act. Yeah. Not be a different person. I just mean we all have to around friends or we all have to when you're by yourself, you get to be your disgusting human self and just and you get to say things to yourself out loud, and or I don't know if that makes sense, but like
Mhm.
you really do have like this freedom. It is like some kind of bliss. So
Yeah.
I love that. I've grown to love it. If you
I
have
love
not heard it, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go now. Listen
do
to it.
it now.
Oh,
And if
and
you-
Love Takes Over Me. Oh, sorry. There's
Yeah.
more lyrics. I love the lyrics. Hurt me now, so I can't hurt no more. Hear me scream, like.
Yeah. I have
Okay,
vocals.
Kylie. Girls getting freaky.
And in
Oh,
Tears.
and Tears. Tears
Happier
has
Than
Happier Than High, which then Cowboy Style has You Bring Me to a Deeper High.
Yeah. Mm.
We're not gonna say anything. All we're gonna say is Kylie maybe was doing stuff to it.
Ooh, the creative juices.
Oh my gosh, we love a high queen. Yes.
And then I Love You to Tears, and then like I don't even know what she's saying in that bridge where it's like happier than high, this is high, this.
So good to feel the salt water on my skin. This is
Yeah.
pools of sorrow I'm swimming in. This is Tears of Joy.
I'm
No.
not swimming.
Yeah. I got a little bit of this stuff.
No, don't worry, I do all the time. Oh, it's just so good. Even this girl, it has nice, simple lyrics to it. Like she wants to be, you know. Wait, what was I saying? She's like not
You
interested.
know
in
that I like kind of gush over like the lyrics of this.
They're so
Because
cute.
I always think of this song whenever I think people are like, "Oh, Kylie's nothing but a Madonna copy. Oh, she's nothing but this." And then this girl, she's like, "I only want to be this girl,"
Mhm.
and that's who
My
Kylie is. I love that. I love that so much. It's such a sweet song. It makes me emotional in like a good way. I also love like speaking about the production. I love like the little bongos and like as such like a yeah.
So nice. We spent literally like 10 minutes talking about Impossible Princess. That's gonna be
As it should be.
Yeah,
As
we should.
It's
Yeah.
literally iconic.
Welcome to a mini review inside a competition show. Like we love that.
Hey, like literally, who cares? Like
All the other albums
It
have
makes-
like fallen asleep.
they've just like skimmed the way through. Like, oh
Yeah.
no, they're talking about Impossible Princess.
Just it's a great album. What can I say? Listen to it if you haven't already, and if you haven't already listened to it, then why have not? Why?
You're missing out
Yeah.
on a spiritual experience.
Okay, shall we move on to the obvious second placement?
Finally, number
Kylie,
two.
Kylie Minogue.
Number two.
Yeah, Kylie Minogue. He scored 18 out of 20. So what did you give it out of?
Gave it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, Confide in Me. Oh shoot, we've been talking about Impossible Princess. Hang on, I did a brain fart. Hang on. Set Your Children Free. Like basically, a lot of the stuff on this album is very hinged on commitment, which I think is really cool. This is definitely one of her most mature albums because this isn't like OMG, like kiss me, like let's go to bed. Like this album's more like, hey, like we gotta pay bills. I need you to be with me, and like, and it's got such a it's very adult contemporary, basically.
Yeah.
Like you'll have in Where's the Feeling, Tell Me Everything's Gonna Be Alright. You know, it just has that like two like lovers mutually like being together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Confide in Me, I skimmed through it, but it's got so many good lyrics. I mean, the iconic Sticker Twist, The Choice is Yours, Hit or Miss, What's Mine is Yours. Literally iconic. Confide in Me, just so good, you know. And then there's oh shoot, what's that? Oh, Put Yourself on My Place, the obvious. The circle's gonna come around, or something's gonna come around, or this sucker's gonna come around. Your pick, you get to choose. Which, sorry, can I go on a rant? I'm sorry. Nobody understands what this song is about. Literally, everyone's like, "Oh, it's about this," and I'm like, "No, it's about how this guy is basically like hurt Kylie, or maybe it's also about how like he didn't date her, like she had a crush on him, but he never reciprocated back. It has some meaning like that. Basically, he's moved on with someone else, and she's saying sometime he's going to get hurt the same way he hurt her, and he's going to be like, "Oh, I did that to Kylie." oh, I get it. Like I ripped her heart out. Okay, like it has like that like vibe to it, and
I agree.
I really love it. It's very again, it has that very loneliness and like echoey like sound to it. There's another song that had that commitment. I'll remember later, but yeah, but very good lyrical album, like very
Yeah.
good.
Definitely. I'm gonna once again mention a lyric that I like, which is kind of like one of the more basic lyrics from "Put Yourself in My Place." I can't take this situation; it's making me feel so blue. Very relatable. Yeah, it's just
Into the Blue.
yeah. Oh, kiss me once. It's like, oh, you want me back now? A lot of songs. Dangerous Game, but the feelings still remain and the embers feed the flame. That rhyme is great, first of all, and it's just a great song. Surely, I think she says, "Surely this can't be heaven, but it feels like I died."
Yeah.
That's great.
And Wake Up Baby, Give Yourself to Me, I'm the one for you. And then later on, I'll
Yeah.
skip a little bit, but later on it says basically she like explode in your direction.
Yeah.
Basically saying like if you don't give back to her what this woman needs so desperately. Let's just say hell's gonna break.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, where's the feeling? The feeling of security when we're not together. Tell me everything's gonna be all right. It's like her, like once again. Oh God! Oh, my phone died.
Oh no, technical difficulties.
I have a charger on standby. Don't worry.
Okay,
Um,
we need the paramedics here.
yeah. So I mean, people already know what I look like
Let me
anyway.
just say this: if you're expecting like Hollywood quality, you're not gonna get. We're two people on Skype. Like, chill,
Yeah.
sis. Like, it's okay.
You don't tell me, then how am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to go on in this relationship? Yeah. Definitely what I think she was trying to suggest.
And in following, there's like tell me now you regret her, and all the hurt can be healed, and it's very. Oh, there you are. We're back. But yeah, it's very like, yeah, very a lot of commitment in this album, and a lot of like, a lot of trust too, because confide in me, and then falling. It's just very good album. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you want to add something on, of course.
Oh wait, there is one more thing. Can we talk about the dramatic love lyric?
Yeah.
I can feel you enter my main menu.
It's like
So is Kylie like a robot or something like? Oh my gosh! Yes, sir. Please enter her main menu. Like, give this woman what she needs.
This was definitely like lyrically a great album. Golden, with a score of 17 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
I gave Golden a 8.5 out of 10. This album I know came after she had a canceled engagement.
Yeah.
I might get the times. Yes. So there's definitely some songs on here that definitely reflect that. Of course, well, first of all, not related to that, but we have Dancing, which I mentioned earlier in the video. Is about basically when the curtain falls, we can say we did it all. When I go out, I want to go out dancing. Meaning, whenever she passes, she'll be happy, and it makes me like literally like want to cry because I don't like to think about that. Also, because I just joined this fandom. If she passed away as soon as I joined, I'm going to be so mad. I am like the Omen. Anyway, such good lyrics. Lifetime to Repair. I like how she's like, I've got bruises, and she's saying like, she's an experienced woman. She's been through shit, but she'll still try and find love. And if you accept that, that's great. There's Rain and Glitter, which is the iconic song about I meant to write down lyrics on this, but basically there's lyrics like, you look so much better under the lights, or like something like that. You know what I mean? But like there's it's about how like after all like the struggle of like homophobia and all this stuff, how basically like it's so much better like once you get out and like once you are accepted and I don't know. That song has a very emotional connection to me, and I love that she performed it at Pride. That's really cool. And also we have Radio On, which has some really good lyrics that I can't remember at the moment. I swear they're good though, but like yeah. And it rolls like thunder and it's like lightning. When you're going under, it lifts you up again. Right now, that kick drum feels like, oh, that's it. Right now, that kick drum feels like a heartbeat. I love that lyric so much because I think we've all been through that. Where like, basically, when you're going through a hard time, there's some songs that like really hit you. Like for us, it's Kylie's songs. And for Kylie, I don't know what she was listening to, but it helps her get through it. If I keep driving, if I keep moving forward, just basically her moving on from the pain, and it's just so it's amazing. I honestly, this album is like they say country is a lot of like soulful or like emotional music, and that's really fitting for this album. Um, yeah, it's very emotional and very beautiful. And some people say this is kind of like Impossible Princess, like how how much of herself she put into it, and I can definitely see that because she co-wrote every song on it. So yeah. Don't you find it interesting that a song like Radio On and Music's Too Sad Without You are on the same album? Because on one song she's talking about how music's getting her through a hard time, and then one she's saying she went through such a hard time she can't listen to music anymore. It's just interesting.
The perfect contradiction. I love it a lot. Okay, so whilst we experience technical difficulties, I couldn't help but yeah, I just wanted to say, there's a lyric in One Last Kiss that I love, and it's the starting lyric. There's a light in the distance, I can see it, and I feel like that was her after her divorce, or not divorce, yeah, divorce. Yeah.
And the engagement got cancelled.
Yeah. She's like, oh well, I can see the happiness. I just need to like make that thing, you know. So yeah, I love that. And in Music's Too Sad Without You, obviously Music's Too Sad Without You, silence is all I can listen to now. I think that says a lot. I knew what you were thinking when you played me that song. Honestly, that whole song was just amazing. Low Blow,
Emotional.
yeah. Low Blow is the song that I just think of when I'm like, yes. Lost Without You, just great again.
Yeah, it has. I actually was looking at some lyrics, and it's one of my favorite parts. Is she might be talking about that guy. I'm not sure. I don't know his name, but like we don't care. Blocked on Instagram.
Yeah.
But before the sky was broken, or she says so don't leave me totally alone, because baby, the world can see me dance. And like that's interesting to me because like she's a pop star and she's on stage and everyone sees her, and like the way I see it is like she was like giving herself to him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is, and now I'm standing out here in the crowd, pause, and I'm dancing. That part gives me chills. I love that part so much. And like it's, oh gosh, I love it so much. Like what I imagine in my head is like a music video. Anyways, that song got no music video. But she's like, this guy's like walking away from her, and he looks back, and she's like just there in the midst of the crowd, and then she just like starts dancing. That's like the way I imagine it. It makes me like,
I imagine it like her like a massive music festival, and there's like just a massive circle around her, and she's like, I'm standing here, and then dancing, and then it's like her just on stage, and I'm like, yes.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah. What else was it? Dancing. No one wants to stay at home, nobody wants to be alone. When you come knocking, I'll be at your door. When I go out, I'm gonna go out dancing. But that's such a thing. Like when I die, I want to be happy. I want to be known for what I did best, and that was performing, that was singing, music. Just and the never ending of a perfect day. Now that was the lyric that made me cry. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh god.
Don't worry, Queen. You came out with an album like Impossible Princess. Like you have accomplished a lot.
You
and Golden too.
Yeah, And I always get the songs confused. It's Sincerely Yours. Yeah. I always think it's Yours Sincerely because that's how you end a letter, right? So,
Yeah.
Sincerely
But
Yours.
yeah, that song is directed towards fans, so that one's a very like. That one like has a lot of like emotional connection. Like
Yeah.
like basically she's like, I'll be away for a while, but just know and there's one lyrics that like it makes me really emotional. She says, I'm paraphrasing it, but like whenever she's dancing, she like gets sore or like she hurts, but she says, I do it for you.
Yeah.
That makes me so emotional.
And,
I can't.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is au revoir, I won't go that far, you'll still see me, you'll still hear me, love you dearly, yours sincerely.
Yeah.
What's the lyric in that song? Actually, I'm gonna look it up, hold on.
And this was a Kylie that I think we really needed, especially after something like Kiss Me
Yeah.
Once. 'Cause this is very, very personal, very like stripped down, and I love that. It makes you feel like really close to her, and yeah, it's a very good album. And it like I've said in a lot of my videos, like it melts my heart, which it does. It's just such a good album. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's the lyric I love, because we weathered that storm in the pouring rain. Like, like we've had our low points, but we embraced it, and we fixed it. Anyway, I'm going to move on, because I'm going to start talking about that song too much. Red Kia Forte. Anyway, Shelby.
No, Shelby 68 is what we stand. Who cares about Red Kia Forte? That doesn't even work rhythmically. Whatever.
Okay, let's go into number 5 before I ramble on for another 7 minutes. Oh wait. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, number 4. I'm shook. Let's get to it. With a score of 16 out of 20. So what did you give it and why?
I gave Let's Get To It a 8 out of 10. Yeah, this album has some really standout lyrics. Like you said, Live and Learn. That song is, I used to never listen to it, but now I love it. And yeah, we all do live and learn. That's actually something I've said on my channel before. We all make mistakes, and we all make videos, and we don't know how to edit. But then we learn, editing is something that exists. You live and learn. That's something that, it sounds cheesy, it sounds like basic, but it's something we all can relate to. And one of my favorite lyrics ever, which is from Finer Feelings, which is it's just sex without the sexual healing. Passion dies without the tender meanings. It ain't love without the finer feelings. Yeah. And that is pretty profound, especially for like one of her younger albums. Like, it's actually runs in the same vein. Speaking of which, it runs in the same vein as 1994, like we said with the remix. But even in its subject matter, it still is about commitment. It's still about the real parts of the relationship and the parts that really matter. Fun times are good, but yeah. So that's one of my favorite lyrics, just ever.
I agree, and some of mine, that lyric, what you said. I can still have a true heart with a free mind, a good life with a good time, and also you can't give to me anything I couldn't get for myself. Like, what good are you if I'm not going to do anything for me? And finally, your emotion leaves me cold. Like, that lyric, it's good. The rest it's like just a normal love song, but it still has a lot of meaning to it. Live and Learn is working that like really like, hold on, let me get it up.
And Finer Feelings was written by PWL. Like, we are shook. like wow, they actually are like improving.
You gave them right.
They're getting some inspiration.
Okay, here it is. There's a couple, but I like. So maybe tomorrow will bring happiness in, and in a little while you'll come around to smile again. That lyric's nice.
Wait, what was that? What song was that from?
Live and Learn.
Yeah. Okay. That's right.
Yeah. What's done is done, past is past. You can look around, but you can never go back. Keep on. Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's like it's something I think really like just anyone can relate to, like especially her. She was really in a learning phase during that part of her career. So yeah, so oh gosh, that's like oh gosh, I need to re-listen to it now.
Also, No World Without You. I feel like not many people talk about the song, but the lyric, "The sweet perfume of flowers in bloom reminds me of you."
Yes, dog. Do you have opinions on Let's Get to It? What are your opinions?
He's like, no. Okay, sorry guys, just bear with, you know. That's what I pretty much say about Let's Get to It. Great album, and it's finally getting its deserved placements. So yeah. Okay,
Oh my gosh, that dog is as bad as interrupting you as me.
Oh my god. 5 Aphrodite with a score of 15.5 out of 20. So what did you give it away?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. I actually almost gave this album a 6 out of 10. And then I heard some lyrics and I was like, oh wait, let me go back. So then I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is this album, because this album is really dancey and like you would not expect it to be like have a lot of lyrics, but it does. Like one of my favorites is "Get Out of My Way." So, like something about zombie, or like just how he's like so dry and so like not willing to move forward, and then she's like, "This is what happens when you ain't giving your girl what she needs." And like it's not profound or anything, but like I stand that lyric. I love that. All the lovers. Even if you feel the fire. If love's really good, you want more. Even if you feel the fire. Which is, I really get that. You know, sometimes if you really love somebody, you're willing to put up with like the bad aspects. That's the way I read that line. Also, I love the lyric. And everything is beautiful. It's a cardboard kingdom, but it makes me feel like if I lie with you long enough,
Yeah.
we can see the things we're dreaming of. Like it's like kind of like how I see that line is like it's like this huge fake fantasy. So she's built up in her mind, but she's like, maybe if I keep staying with you, maybe it'll happen. And I love that lyric, the cardboard kingdom. That like something like that's just so. I love that lyric. I've always been obsessed with that one. Closer has some really good, not as good as Closer from Let's Get to It. Let's be honest, but still a good song. Put Your Hands Up. All We Need Is Love, which Kylie, we're not all pop stars. Some of us need a job. We need money, but yeah, but love is something we do need. So yeah, I'm sure I'll think of more later, but those are like standout lyrics for me at least.
Aphrodite. I love the lyric in Cupid Boy, if only you knew I shimmer for you, or the very thrill of it. I've talked to you about that before. Aphrodite, the song itself, I'm first inflamed mighty, don't you mess with me, you don't want to fight me. That's a song that you listen to when you feel like a badass, you know.
Yeah,
like when you
Kylie Minogue is a badass.
Yeah.
She's Aphrodite. She's our golden girl.
Yeah. Illusion, there is a lyric, there's like loads of lyrics from that actually. The situation's taking over me, can't you see I'm in trouble? That kind of, it sounds like an Impossible Princess lyric to me.
It does, and she did co-write that one, so that is her. That's our Impossible Princess.
So Aphrodite is just genius lyrically, and you wouldn't expect it, like you said, because you wouldn't see it as like a lyrically like a standing album, but it actually kind of is if you listen, you know. So
Mighty Rivers has some really good lyrics too.
Yes.
Also, one of my favorites from the title track, Aphrodite. And now she's back. Or like, I love that lyric because like X was a little bit messy, but now she's back. And I love that.
I love it. Speaking of X, at number 6 is X.
I did not mean to do that. That was a good thing.
So what did you give it out of 10 and why?
I gave it actually a higher rating than Aphrodite. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Because basically maybe it's like I'm showing it favoritism because of this, but it is because it came after a probably the darkest period of her entire life, and would be anybody's life. Dealing with breast cancer, No More Rain is about how the way I see that track is also some of them is like how like you start to enjoy the simple things in life when you realize that time is like could go away like that. Sensitized has some really beautiful lyrics. In My Arms is like not profound, but again I still like them. Like how do you describe the feeling?
Yeah.
I only have it. But no, like really good lyrics. I love that one. Two Hearts.
You Make Me Invisible.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it's oh shoot. Oh, the one has some really really cute lyrics, which I think you were actually going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got some really good lyrics. Very lyrically, like mostly, I guess I give a high rating because No More Rain, but that does have such a weight to it, and like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this score.
Yeah, I gave it quite a high score too, because of No More Rain. There is a lyric in that as well. Have you ever thought that the sky was just there to see dark, and then you look up and see a million stars? It's like, oh, there's actually hope, you know, like, in your mind,
yeah.
everything can get dark, but it's like, oh, you look up and there's stars. Once again, stars.
Yeah.
You're asking yourself what's real, what to do with these feelings that you have inside. Great. I'll talk about Cosmic again because I'll happily love that song for like ages. And whether
It does have really good lyrics.
yeah, I wanted to take up Extra sometimes, which does make sense. I don't just have my time to talk to. I was like, that doesn't make sense. It does to know the things you know and why you did the things you do. That makes sense. But I mean, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. Well, I wanted to be able to talk about something. Let me see what she says in that song. I wanted to be able to talk without the interruption. I wanted to sing excited words. I wanted to put them into all my destruction. Wanted to really know what I was worth. Which is an answer.
Yeah, oh, yeah, like that's oh gosh. Some of these lyrics I haven't even heard, and then now I'm like, oh gosh, like I didn't really need to re-listen to this. Like this is really good.
Yeah, definitely. And No More Rain, Sun Coming Up on Another Day. I got a second chance, I'm gonna do it again. So, amazing. Sorry, I thought someone was coming on, so it's been a 7. Rhythm of Love. 8 out of 10.
Rhythm of Love.
No, 8. 15 out of 20. I gave it an 8 out of 10, that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, this has some. Better Than the Devil You Know has some really good lyrics, like Say You'll Never Go, it's basically like I've dealt with you at your worst, like she's basically being like, better the devil you know, like this is what I got, like fine, I'll put up with you as long as you never leave me. I will put up with the rest of your crap, basically. And we love that. Step Back in Time, like I said, Ball of Confusion, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel sometimes with like today's music, and which is ironic because back then they were talking about going back to the 70s.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, let's go back to the 90s and like go back to Impossible Princess, like go back to this. Yeah, I really like that. Anyways, it's not like profound. Again, it's still like really good. I really like some of the lyrics on What Do I Have to Do. Shocked has some really good ones. If you told me yesterday I could feel this way, like I really like that. Also, I was talking to Lee. Always Find the Time has the lyrics that I thought was a lot better, but it turns out it's not. It was I don't want to just I thought it was I don't want to just share a room. I want to be your everything, but it's I don't want to share of you. I want to be your everything, which is still good, but I guess it has the same message of like I don't want just fun times again, or you know, like kind of like Finer Feelings. You know, I want a real relationship. I want commitment, which seems to be a big thing to Kylie, as we've seen. So, girl wants commitment.
That the W, I think, does have pretty strong lyrics. The World Still Turns Out has pretty strong lyrics. Like, yeah, she's saying like, all this bad stuff will happen to me, but you know what? The world still turns. I'll carry on. So will you? Deal with it. It's like
yeah, like I'll still live anyways. Like, actually, that when it has how she talks about how surprised she is, how he just left with no emotion. I think that's like
What if
lyrics
that's
or
about
something.
Jason Donovan?
Sorry, what?
So what if that's about Jason Donovan?
Yeah, the world still turns. I'll live without you, Jason. You're fine.
Oh well. Yeah.
Oh well, I guess they're catching up in the elimination room.
Yeah, yeah. They're just like, oh hey. Okay, so we have 3 albums left. Number 8, similar to last round, Body Language with a score of 15 out of 20.
And I gave it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, this has some really good lyrics. I mean, also they fit a lot of like 80s songs
Yeah, they do.
in this, which I think is really cool. Like, in one of them, the pleasure principle comes up from Janet Jackson. And then also in Red Velvet Woman, you spin me right around like a record. I like the way she says that's really cute. But one of my favorite lyrics, actually, me and Lee were like talking about it, and we literally typed the same thing, the same second. I'm not even kidding. It was in the song Someday, which is I want my records back to get my heart on track.
Yeah.
How relatable is that? Like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Promises. Some people say Promises has a slight undertone meaning about her fans in the UK or her fans in the US. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't think so, but that's an interesting way to look at it, I guess. Promises does have some good lyrics. Like, basically, like, where did all these promises go that you made? Oh, and Obsession. Obsession has one of my favorite lyrics, which is a little hook, which is obsession is a dangerous state of mind, which that just repeats, but it's just a good message. I like that a lot.
Yes, it is. I agree with you on that. I mean, in Promises, she says, "Remember how it used to be, how you promised me life would always be good." I mean, I don't know. I have heard that about that before. Still standing. Honestly.
Oh, sorry. No,
No,
keep going.
Still standing because honestly, like, I'm gonna go through a million different me's, and I'm just gonna still be me. Yeah, basically what I get from that. Anyway, what are you gonna say?
Oh, but in one of the U.S. bonus tracks called "You Make Me Feel," there's one lyric I really like, which is "And don't forget to breathe, because I need you in the morning." And I really like that lyric. I thought that was really good. Like basically, like Kylie saying she's giving you a good time, but don't die just yet, because she wants you for the morning. I like that lyric. Like, yes, queen. We love a sexually liberated queen. Yes. But yeah, and also Chocolate has one I really like, which is did the lottery but still won the cash. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that has some really beautiful lyrics. I like that a lot.
Oh, I opened up too quick and all my dreams were walking out. I'd slowly lost my fire.
Yeah.
That's a great one. And I Feel For You. I don't really focus on the lyrics of that song actually, but I'm gonna check now. Oh.
Yeah, actually, that one, in terms of production, that one's a really wild one. I should have mentioned that. But I really like it. I like that, "Don't Be Behind." It's so weird. But it's like, that album is so experimental, and that's why I kind of love it so much. It's just so, like, crazy, but it works so well.
Yeah, it doesn't have like any like massive lyrics that I think of. Definitely production shines on that one. Okay, so this is where we talk again on which album we're eliminating, even though I'm pretty sure it's obvious which one, but whatever. Fever and Kylie are the wait, is it Fever? Yeah, it's Fever. Oh my god.
Wow, Fever! Fever's going at the bottom. That's surprising. Yeah, but I'm not upset about this.
Yeah, man.
Which, let me just say, if Light Years was still around, it probably would not have done too good this round either. It has Bittersweet Goodbye, but it also has Comes to Kick Your Ass. Ass! Like, not exactly the most lyrical. Actually, okay, I hope you don't mind. Spinning Around is actually interesting, though, because that's a comeback song about coming back.
Yeah.
I've never heard an artist do that before. That's actually pretty cool. I actually like that. Anyways, we're not talking about light years. That one's gone. So, before we talk about which one are eliminating, what are some thoughts on the lyrics that you have for both those albums?
So for Fever, some lyrics, a lot of the songs on this album, they weren't focusing on lyrics. Let's just make that like clear. They were focusing on being bops. But songs like Fragile, Come Into My World, In Your Eyes, probably YOLO, but then again, I don't really listen to that song. No shade, but it's just not me. That's really the ones. Oh, Fever as well. That has some good lyrics. I've been bitten by the bug, and now I'm coming down sick. Which you wouldn't.
Which I will say, actually, Fever's probably my least favorite, even more than Your Love for me personally. I don't know why I've never vibed with that one. I do think the doctor and like sickness jokes are like kind of funny.
Yeah.
Fragile is, like I said when we talk about production, it's just such a sweet song, and it melts my heart because it's just so like, it's so like innocent in a way. It's just like that innocent crush you have, and I think it's really sweet. Come Into My World has some really beautiful lyrics. Oh shoot, what is it? Like these lips were made for kissing, or like that kind of stuff. I think I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that's some really good lyrics I like.
Yeah.
Then we have Can't Get You in My Head, La 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 La. Like that was definitely like, that's a bop song, not a lyric song. And then we have Kylie. Yeah, obviously this one was on the bottom for a reason. So I think we both kind of agreed though. So should we announce which one got eliminated, or do you still have some more thoughts?
One, Come Into My World, I just realised she basically rewrote Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. Like, my lips is for this, my eyes are for this, my ears are for this. Stan.
Yes, we love a
Nursery rhyme.
playground theme queen.
No, but seriously, that sounds great. And for Kylie, I want to make it clear. Right, Turn It Into Love has good lyrics. Arguably, so there's got to be certain, It's No Secret. And I'll Still Be Loving You.
Turn It Into Love. I don't know if you mentioned that one. That one has some really good lyrics. I like the message on that song. Like, you could look at that as a relationship song, or you could look at it as just Kylie talking to a friend.
Yeah. Oh,
like just a mutual friend. Like you're going through a hard time. Just turn it love. Like, don't let negativity get you down. So I like that song. That's good. But I should be so lucky. But also that song was written in 30 minutes. So like, we all know the story. Kylie talks about it in every interview, but we stand.
Just like with Hot Pants, the Can't Get It Out of My Head video, and Better the W. No, there we go. That's literally just.
Yeah, there you go. That's the only interview. That's the only questions interviewers like to ask her. Yeah. So between Fever and Kylie, both big albums of her career. Can't Get You Out of My Head, Locomotion / I Should Be So Lucky. However, and they both have Love at First Sight. I also just noticed that. Oh my gosh, they're literally like the same thing. But the album we have decided is maybe not a surprise. I don't know, but it's Kylie, which is one of my top favorite albums. I said earlier in this series, I do stand the album. I don't care what anyone says. It's dated. It's cheesy. I love it, but compared to some of her other stuff, it has fallen short. I feel it's been surpassed. I will say that. So that is our decision.
Enjoy Yourself has now got a composition. It now has the straw hat instead of the gold hat. Kylie's just like, actually, no, I don't want your gold hat. I have mine.
My hair goes through my head. So go on, Kylie. Like, go do the locomotion over. You can locomotive all the way over to the elimination corner in the red dress with the little bow.
And we'll still be
Don't worry, we'll still be loving you. It's okay.
I make sure to.
But we got to be certain that we think that you probably were the less of the two.
Yeah.
By the way, people, we're doing this every episode. Like, it's so hard not to though. She has such like unpunnable album
Yeah.
titles.
Oh.
It was Love at First Sight when I saw you.
He was just like, what?
What? That's my song.
Oh yeah. This was actually a really good episode. I don't think I'm going to be able to do some funny edits with it.
I will say this is gonna be a bitch to edit because like we had so much stuff go out wrong. I'm so sorry for you.
It's
But it'll
fine.
be worth it when it comes out.
So before we wrap this up, we decided the next thing we will do is vocals. So we're going to be judging the album based on how well Kylie blessed us with her voice.
How much she served them vocals.
As usual, subscribe to the amazing Kylie language. We would not be
thank
able
you.
to do this without you and without your help. So thank you.
It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed myself. And also, if you're watching this, you probably are subscribed, but I feel the need to say this. If you're not, if you just came across this, subscribe to him, please do it. Like, do it now. And also listen to Impossible Princess.
Yeah.
Even if you've actually already heard it, do it again. Did it again.
Do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, so look forward to next episode when we talk about dem vocals.
Anyway, yeah, I cannot sing tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hopefully laughing. Thank you for my computer for being able to hopefully not make me break it whilst editing. And YouTube
Me
for hopefully allowing it to be uploaded like quickly. Yeah. Bye YouTube.